Dudley in the West Midlands, one of the birthplaces of the Industrial Revolution. Once upon a time, this was Britain's manufacturing heartland. Not anymore. People used to come to this thriving market town to shop. Now, most of the big names have fled the high street.
The general demise started with the out-of-town shopping centre, so many across the country. But if we could get some more footfall back into the town, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you haven't got the shops, you don't get the people. You haven't got the people, you don't get the shops.
People are very conscious of their spending power. Even just a few pounds, they think twice about spending it, particularly in Dudley.
This story of economic decline might not be the one you hear about in London, but it is the story of many of Britain's towns. And here as elsewhere, the road to austerity has been pockmarked with pain. An epidemic of potholes, one sign of the cuts local authorities have been forced to make.
The government has pushed us into a position where we have been, as politicians, spending most of our time trying to come up with palliative savings that our communities will support. If we weren't in this position, we would be investing more money in potholes, we'd be investing more money in keeping our communities clean, we'd be looking at new ways of investment.
With the Prime Minister having promised to end austerity, to govern for the left behind, all eyes are now on the Chancellor. The good news is the economy, while not going gangbusters, is at least looking relatively stable. And for all the narrative about decline, the UK still has many advanced manufacturing companies. Companies like Moseley Brothers, which makes parts and tools for the world's car giants.
The order book's quite good at the moment and has been for the last 4 or 5 years. It's been quite buoyant. I think that obviously with Brexit there's a bit of uncertainty, but I think if the main problem with that would be if the agreement isn't reached, then consumer confidence might dip a bit. But in terms of directly affecting us, I think we've got good relationships with our customers, and I see that continuing into the future as well.
Like many other post-industrial towns, Dudley voted overwhelmingly to leave, and Brexit is likely to be the elephant in the room next week. The Chancellor unable to make major decisions until we know what kind of a deal we're going to get. But he might have a bit more room for giveaways than normal.
Here's the intriguing thing. Over the past 6 months, the amount of money coming into the Exchequer has been far more than anyone expected, which raises two intriguing prospects. First of all, might the Chancellor be able to do all those things he wants to do, ending austerity, putting more money into the NHS without having to raise new taxes? And secondly, might the economy actually be growing a bit faster than everyone thinks it is?
In next week's budget, the Chancellor may be able to tell a cautiously positive story about the economy. As Brexit looms large, can he help give hope to the towns which have been left behind? Ed Conway, Sky News in Dudley.